Hey everyone, today I've got the interview movie review. That's right, America, we got our freedom of speech back. Huzzah! Now, was this movie worth it to see in the end? As far as the story goes, you've got James Franco and Seth Rogen, who return for yet another comedy movie about assassinating North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un. The opening sequence alone was just ridiculous, and it almost had me shaking my head at first because I didn't know where they were trying to get at with whatever message they were trying to say. But it was pretty terrible for that aspect, and I just really didn't know what to expect from seeing this movie, because at first I didn't even want to see this movie in the first place, but then all of a sudden, because of this whole situation that happened where you've got North Korean hackers and saying like that they want to blow up movie theaters who show this movie or something crazy, and then like Sony wanted to pull this movie completely, but then it eventually got released online, so now people can see it or in select theaters. I ended up seeing it online, and it maybe wasn't the best comedy movie that I've seen from these two guys, but I mean, it was just one of those movies that you didn't know what was going to happen because all this craziness going around the world. And you've got James Franco, who plays Dan Skylark, who's this hotshot talk show host, and he tries to get friendly with Kim Jong-un, trying to get an interview, and then you've got Seth Rogen, who plays Aaron Rappaport, who's his hilarious assistant, and then you've got Lizzie Kaplan, who works for the CIA, and that pretty much makes up the cast. And then you've got the guy who plays Kim Jong-un himself, who is being portrayed as this cool guy, who is a big fan of James Franco, among other things. I didn't mind the casting choices. I thought that, hopefully seeing another James Franco, Seth Rogen team-up movie, that it was going to be pretty hilarious, something along the lines of Pineapple Express or This Is the End, which are some of my favorite movies that they have done in the past. But this movie, it was pretty different than what you're used to seeing from them, but they're trying to put their own spin and their own twist on this situation that, we usually don't think about every day. And that has to do with North Korea. And that whole subject just, it was very unexpected. And who knew that it was going to get this much attention like it did? So I'm very surprised at that. And that all this stuff had to happen. But everybody seemed to get in on the action, and they really wanted to see this movie. And especially me, now that all this hype has sort of died down. And I don't really hear too many people talking about the movie, other than it was supposed to get a Christmas release, which it ended up getting. And now some people are seeing it, and some people actually have some mixed reviews about it. That's kind of the same case for me, where I didn't know what to expect or what I was going to be seeing from these guys. And there were some things that I definitely did like about this movie. Anytime that they made a movie reference, now I love anytime somebody references a movie, so it's definitely going to make me laugh. So like when Seth Rogen has his finger bit off and then James Franco responds, it's just like Frodo. So I mean, I was definitely cracking up at that. Of course, there were other references to pop culture, like the leaked Kim Jong-un death scene that I had seen prior to seeing this movie. So I knew what was going to happen. And then they were playing Katy Perry's Fireworks song, and it was just pretty crazy. There were some things I did not like about this movie, which wasn't technically surprising, but I knew was going to happen. But I wasn't expecting too much from this movie, and I felt like some of the scenes were just over the top, and especially seeing Kim Jong-un crying, and just like people reacting to that. And I don't think this was obviously one of the best movies that portrayed some of like the most hilarious stuff from these guys. Sometimes it just had me shaking my head, or either just like, seriously. I wouldn't say this movie had me laughing the entire time. Overall, I would say that The Interview was a decent comedy movie. I wouldn't say it was terrible, and I'm not trying to be generous in saying that it's more than what it should have been, but I would recommend checking this out just to see what you guys would think about it, because this movie really did have a lot of hype to it, so I wouldn't say that the hype was worth it, and I don't know if I would see this movie again because I still have my favorites that I had mentioned before. So I would give this 3 hearts on the heart rate scale. So let me know in the comments what you guys thought of The Interview and what do you think about all this mess that happened relating to this movie. And as always, you guys can subscribe to my channel. I've got more movie reviews, movie updates, come back every week for a Chill Thursday video. You guys can also like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter. And I will see you guys later.